Despicable Me 3 is the next third entry in an animated series of films for kids that you probably weren't expecting to see or really caring to see, but we're going to see anyway because they make money. And in this one, Gru, voiced by Steve Carell, the evil supervillain turned good guy who has 3 young girls he's taken care of and now a wife, voiced by Kristen Wiig, discovers he has a long-lost twin brother, and they go on adventures together, including going up against an evil supervillain who's an old actor from an 80s TV show who loves breakdance fighting and shooting people with bubblegum. Now, I don't want to come off like I'm a Despicable Me hater because I'm obviously not. I have the first 2 on Blu-ray. I actually really enjoy these movies. My wife and I really like to see them. Minions was a little too much for me because I think those characters work really well as supporting comedy. When they were the entire movie, it just grated on my nerves a lot. So I was like, really, are we really needing another Despicable Me movie? And leaving it, I'm like, really, did we really need another Despicable Me movie? This movie is perfectly enjoyable. It's a lighthearted, fun watch, but beyond that, I don't really think this movie is necessary. It has a lot of good humor. It has a surprising amount of adult humor. There's a lot of mature humor in this movie that I think a lot of kids aren't going to get, and even some that I think might be a little too much for kids, like when the minions are passing a statue of a woman who resembles Gru, but she has breasts. The minion's like, ooh, boobs! And I'm seeing a lot of young kids when they see women on the street going, look, boobs! Which might cause some problems. I suppose if I were to boil down my main issue with this movie, it's that despite its adult humor and its mature themes, it only makes jokes about those things. It doesn't really go for the more gut-wrenching emotion that they could get out of some of the storylines in this movie. Like, for instance, the 2 brothers, Gru and Drew, they were separated at birth and their parents were divorced. But both parents liked the other one more. But the parents got the wrong child. There could be a lot of depth there, but it's basically just thought about in one scene and they never really go anywhere with it. There's even a scene where Gru is talking to his mom and she mentions how disappointing he was, and it's played for a joke and it is kind of funny, but they just never try to go for that emotion. When there's actually a lot of mature themes this movie could go for, like a Pixar movie might attempt to do in something like Inside Out, Despicable Me 3 tries to use it for a joke. And while I did laugh semi-consistently, I just felt like it was a giant missed opportunity. Steve Carell as Gru is my favorite part of all the Despicable Me films. I love his voice, the accent, I like his character, and I like seeing the progression of his characters change. And in 1 and 2, you got that. There were things that he had to deal with that he didn't expect from an emotional standpoint. In this movie, yes, he doesn't expect that he has a twin brother, but as I said, they play it so much for humor that it felt like his character just kind of had no arc. He didn't really have anywhere to go in this movie beyond, let's have funny scenes with my brother because I have finally found my purpose and I am Gru and now I have something to do. And it's like, okay, I get it, it's funny, but the other 2 films had more of an emotional punch. And this one seems like it's just played for straight laughs. So the other 2 films are films that I think kids and adults are really going to like. 3 seems to think that adults are just there to laugh at some 16+ level humor, and the kids are there for the animation. Where the first 2 seem to understand that grown-ups enjoy emotion as well. This one has it, it's just almost always played for laughs. The main villain of the film is voiced by Trey Parker of South Park fame, and there are some aspects of his character that I think are really funny. He has a gigantic collection of toys of himself from a TV show that he used to be on. He's very obsessed with that TV show and wonders why it never won any Emmys. You get to see some clips from it, and it is very funny. And after a while, the film just kept recycling the exact same humor with that character, and it felt like they didn't know where to go with him. They even stole Zoolander's breakdance fight scene, and it was funny, but it just felt like something I had seen before and better. The animation is not to be overlooked. It's spectacular. This is more of a cartoon than a film, I would say. I think the first 2 Despicable Me films are more animated movies, and this one feels more like a cartoon. It's probably my best way to say it. Young kids will really like it, adults will have some things to laugh at, but in the end, it's definitely not as good as the first 2. I did like it more than Minions, though. I'm gonna give Despicable Me 3 a C+. Guys, thank you for watching. Look forward to tomorrow because I'm going to have my review for Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm really excited to talk about that one. Thank you once again, guys. You're the best. If you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.